Hey guys, Luke here, welcome back to Season 2, Episode 1 of my Swansea City Career Mode. Now, like I said, this is the first episode, so we're going over pretty much the pre-season, a few pre-season games, not all of them, but you can see the league objective. What do they want to see? They want us to qualify for the Champions Cup, which I was so annoyed to see, really. I was thinking, man, that's a bit too much, especially after last season. We shouldn't have the best of league campaigns, but domestic cups they want a cup run, which we can do. We won the FA Cup last year. That is definitely achievable, but you can see they want all that sort of stuff. But the budget, we get 21 million with £100,000 wages, which it is a lot, but when you consider that Courier, we've got like a 10 million buyout in him, so we need to keep 10 million there spare for him. Zuccolini's another one, so we've got a few people who we need to properly sign permanently. Now, re-signings, that sort of stuff. See Rob Green, trying to get him for a few years. Nathan Dyer is someone who he just wants too much, so probably end up trying to sell him on sometime during the year, but he might be a bit of use throughout the year. I'm not sure how much we could sell him for anyways, but there are a few people we're trying to sell. Ida is one of them. We have no use for him. See, Kyle Bartley is off contract at the end of the year, so we may as well try and sell him. And this Kenji Gore, he's 21. He's got a decent rating. I don't know how much use for him we'll have in this career mode, but I decided to send him on loan anyways. He was on loan all last season as well, so nothing really changes there. And I think we did put someone else up for a transfer, but I forget who it was. And also I should mention Gabriel did re-sign. We left you on a bit of a cliffhanger last season, whether Gabriel would re-sign. He did re-sign, and we are going to get invited to this pre-season tournament, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Now, we do have a few people coming in. You see Deke Meyer, whatever his name is, and Valdez coming in on free transfers. Now, I think that was they were the only free transfers. I think Routledge was the other one who was transfer listed as well. Yeah, Valdez will come in. He'll be the first choice goalkeeper. And Deke Meyer, whatever his name is, when we signed him, we had use for him, but we, by the time it came around to, now we don't really have use for him. Now, Euro Cup, I think they just wanted us to get out of the group stages, I think. But there are a few people we wanted to sort of target, or maybe not people, but there's a few positions that we wanted to target. Now, I wanted a new right mid, because we didn't really have a good right mid. I think we've been playing left midfielders in the right mid position, and a cam position somewhere I want to strengthen, as well as just having another beastly sort of centre mid. I think Wanyama is a good example of that. We have Shelby in the middle who can do a bit of everything. He's good attacking, he's pretty decent in defending. But yeah, you can see we looked at a fair few players there on loan, as well as trying to buy permanently. But Southampton, West Ham, and I forget what the other team was, but they were those two in particular were teams were trying to sort of raid a little bit because they got relegated. So Isgrove was someone who I was looking at completely. Paya as well from West Ham was another. Actually, sorry, not West Ham. They didn't get relegated. Can't remember who was the other one. There was some other side that got relegated. Maybe it was Stoke, I think. Shaqiri, I think I was trying to look at him as well. But yeah, Isgrove is definitely someone looking at bringing in. Wanyama. That's why there were so many Southampton players looking at, because or scouting, or just trying to inquire about. But taking on CELTA VIGO here from the BBVA, I think that's the team. They scored an absolute wonder goal to go one ahead. And this game, it's not really going to be a proper sort of example of what the actual what you can expect from the proper season, because it's just going to be showing mainly proper highlight, like key highlights like goals and that sort of stuff, rather than extended sort of highlights. But we did bring on Courier. He didn't start. Now, Gomez is someone who I'm not really sure exactly. Like, I still don't know what the best 11 is for us. Like, I don't know the formation. We're rocking a 4-5-1 at the moment, like a very, very attacking formation, and that works out well sometimes against some of the lower sides. But I don't know. Something just doesn't feel quite right. But Sigurdsson scores the first goal there. It was good work by Carlos Eduardo. He had a great end to the season last year, but I kind of feel he was playing in the cam position, and I think we do need someone a little bit stronger than him playing there. I mean, it's he's a decent player, but I think he should be a decent player as a backup. But he does have a shot thunder off the crossbar there, but it does come back to Sigurdsson, who scores his second goal of the game, and well, actually, are looking to push for a third goal here. Courier taking a shot, and he puts it wide. Now, I do think Courier did play a big part in why we got back into that game. Actually, it was Iago Aspas who scored that first goal. Anyway, it's a 2-2 draw. Nothing we could do about it, really. But we get an offer here from John J. Shelby. He's actually a pretty good offer. Now, he rejected a contract offer from us to extend his contract or whatever. Not that we need him to extend his contract, but he went on the transfer list, I think, maybe, or something like that. Maybe there's just rumours around, but we started getting a lot of offers, and I just decided to reject him straight out. I don't want to sell John Joe Shelby. He is, who I want to build the team around, sort of. And also did show Christian Eriksen found his way to Valencia, I think it was. So that's a really big transfer. To be honest, I wouldn't have minded a player like Eriksen myself. It's just a shame we don't quite have the money to do it. But moving into this game, still rocking the same formation. I think it might be a little bit of a different formation. There's obviously some players not going to be able to play in these games because of international breaks and that sort of stuff. Well, not breaks, but they're going to be playing for the international side, like Valdez. I don't think he's played for us yet, and I assume there's a few other players as well in the similar boat. But that's a really, really nice goal there. I think it was Gabriel possibly who scored that one, and it put us 1-0 ahead. And like I said, I still don't know what's our best lineup, so we're sort of just rotating the squad in this sort of game. But we did pick up a victory against Athletic Bilbao, so a pretty solid team to beat. Now, obviously, I talked about the cam position and wingers and that sort of stuff. Now, Kazuki Honda, he's a squad rotation player. I thought he's someone we could go after. He has pretty good stats, and I thought play him in the cam spot. If we're going to stick with that formation, the 4-5-1, that's really attacking with the 2 cams, 2 wingers, that sort of stuff, he'd work well because he can play wing and play as a cam. I'd preferably play him as a cam. Now, Isgrove here, he is someone from, obviously the relegated Southampton side. He's got loads of pace, and I was really interested in bringing him in. We had a transfer offer accepted of 6 million, I think it was, and we're looking to sign him permanently. We have offered him a contract as well. Now, this guy, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he's from Norwich. Now, he had a pretty good year last year, and he looks like the perfect centre mid. We've got Shelby there right there, and I think him and Shelby would be perfect for each other. Now, moving into the last game of this episode, it is still in the group stages, and you're going to see Valdez and Diekmeyer, whatever, making their debuts. And I keep saying whatever, but that's just because I don't exactly know how to pronounce his name. It looks like Diekmeyer. Anyways, Real Sociedad, they're actually a pretty decent side, and I was expecting a tough game. I think they had a few good players on their bench as well, but basically we're just trying to... I do like playing these friendlies. I know a lot of YouTubers don't like playing the friendlies or playing the the pre-season tournaments, whatever. They find it useless, as that's another brilliant goal. We've had a lot of great goals scored against us here, so a little bit frustrating, but I like playing these just because it lets me, like, especially when the board wants me to go in and get a top 4 spot effectively. I really need to make sure we hit the ground running when the season starts, and these pre-season tournaments give me time to work out who's good, where we need to improve, that sort of stuff. And what a goal that was. That was an absolute thunderbolt. And this is the first game Valdez had played. Rob Green actually being a great keeper for us, and I was thinking, man, if we made an error, like, should we have kept Rob Green in the side and not bothered turning Valdez? Now, Valdez in previous FIFA's been a little bit iffy, whether he's a good keeper or if he's a shit keeper. And yeah, so far not so good, I have to say. Not a great debut from him, but we do get 1.4 million there, additional transfer budget. That will continue on depending on how many games we win, because we did progress the group stages, I believe, somehow. Now, Rafinha is someone we're looking at. I think he's good because I want to play him as a cam, and in my Ultimate Team series I had him, and yeah, we got a future fee for 4 million is what we're trying to go for. I think we might have did a short loan deal, unfortunately, but hopefully we can just sign him up after, just see how he goes. We see how he goes. He should be a good player, but for any reason we won't have to pay his big wages. Now, Kazuki Honda did have an offer accepted, the one we did earlier, 2.8. We are offering him a contract, and Isgrove will be our first proper signing, not including the free signing. So 6 million for him, 45,000 wages. I think that's a pretty good deal. He's quite young, and yeah, I think he can only really get better, and I don't think we'll lose too much money on him should he not work out just because of his age. And I'm assuming potential-wise probably got a fair bit, but I don't really want to look at potentials. Anyways, leave in the comments, what do you think of my signings? What do you think of the start of the season we've had? Leave some transfer targets you would pick if you're in my situations. I won't necessarily use them, but it's just if you're in my situation, who would you go and buy? Anyways, that's where the video is going to end. Hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Twitter at Mr. Luke and YT, Facebook page in the description below, and I'll see you for my next video. Bye guys.